Honestly, because it just helped me hone it on the preparation. It made me more focused, and it was a process that was almost 2 years of just the auditioning, and that's before I even knew I was really going to play him. Then after that, I had like another year and a half to really hone in on the little details and nuances. And
Becoming Michael Jackson was about far more than simply looking like him. Every movement, facial expression, and performance had to feel authentic to audiences who knew Michael's style better than almost anyone. Even the smallest details mattered. For Jaafar Jackson, reaching that level of authenticity took years of preparation. Long before filming began, he immersed himself in Michael's performances, carefully studied his mannerisms, refined his movements, and worked to understand the qualities that made him such a one-of-a-kind performer.
to the other next thing, we're having lunch in person, and he's telling me about the story of how he wants to tell Michael's story. And at this time, there was no studio attached, there was no director attached. It was very early on. The script wasn't ready yet. But he asked, would you be open to acting, or if I got you with a coach?
The transformation did not begin with costumes or choreography. It started with one of the most difficult elements to recreate, Michael's face. Early in the process, the makeup team realized that some of his most recognizable features could not be replicated with makeup alone. No matter how talented the artists were, capturing Michael's distinctive appearance required far more than cosmetics. It demanded a careful combination of makeup, prosthetics, lighting, and attention to even the smallest details.
You filmed this in the same location where Michael did the Thriller video?
The same exact location for 2 nights, all through the night, and we actually had a full moon on one of those nights. It was just crazy.
Dude, that's the kind of Michael Jackson magic. You had a full moon?
We had a full moon, and it was cold. I know he
But creating the right look was never just about making Jaafar resemble Michael as closely as possible. The team explored several different approaches before realizing they needed to find the perfect balance. They wanted audiences to instantly recognize Michael on screen while still allowing Jaafar's performance to shine through. Achieving that balance became one of the project's biggest priorities, influencing every stage of the transformation from the earliest tests to the final result.
I was here a long time ago in Cologne and Frankfurt and all the different places, but to be here right now with all the press and the fans from all over the world, there's nothing.
Once the overall approach was established, the transformation became a true collaborative effort. From the very beginning, the makeup and visual effects teams worked closely together, constantly exchanging ideas, reviewing their progress, and planning each stage as a unified process. Instead of treating their work as separate tasks, they approached the transformation as one continuous effort. That close collaboration helped every detail blend seamlessly, creating a believable look that remained consistent from every angle throughout the film.
Screen, when I was watching the movie, and I'm liking everything that's going on, and I realized that's not Michael, that's Jaafar out there. You know what I'm saying? That means that he captured Michael the right way.
As the story moves into the later chapters of Michael Jackson's life, Jaafar Jackson's transformation will need to evolve with each new era. Instead of recreating the Thriller and bad years, he will have to reflect Michael's changing appearance throughout the dangerous, history, and invincible periods. That means adapting everything from hairstyles and makeup to facial details and wardrobe, from the military-inspired costumes of the history era to the cleaner, more refined style of the 2000s. Every change will help distinguish a different stage of Michael's life. Just like in the first film, the goal is to capture the version of Michael audiences remember from each period, making the passage of time feel authentic. Meanwhile, Jaafar has also spoken about his audition for the first movie, describing it as an intense and challenging experience that tested him from the very beginning.
Dressed as Michael for the first time.
Wow, I remember that so vividly. I was in the Bad tour outfit, performing the Bad song actually, and it was day one.
That was the first day?
That was the first day.
Oh my God.
Jaafar was then asked what it felt like to watch himself gradually transform into Michael. The question took him back to the long hours he spent in the makeup chair before filming even began. Day after day, the transformation happened step by step, with each stage bringing him closer to the role. As time went on, the face staring back at him in the mirror looked less like his own and more like the person he had spent years preparing to portray. It became a daily reminder of the dedication, patience, and hard work that went into bringing Michael to life on screen.
And I wanted him to really know what he was going up against, because Michael's shoes are a tough set of shoes to fill. But at the same time, I know Jaafar, He's been just a wonderful human being.
One of the biggest challenges came at the very beginning of the process. Before Jaafar could fully step into Michael's shoes, he had to prove that he was ready for such a demanding role. It was never just about looking like Michael. He had to demonstrate that he could handle the physical, emotional, and performance demands the character required. The experience pushed him to his limits and put years of preparation to the test. At the same time, it became the foundation for everything audiences have already seen in Michael and what may still unfold in Michael too.
Michael on that screen. There's nothing like it, brought tears to my eyes when I saw it.
By the time Jaafar began to resemble Michael, one major challenge still remained. He had to convince audiences that he could truly bring the character to life. Since acting was entirely new to him, he could not rely on previous experience. Instead, he had to learn everything from the ground up. Every acting lesson, rehearsal, and performance became an important step in building the confidence and skills needed to take on one of the most iconic roles in music history.
Full of the entertainment all over the world, and this is just one spot. So I'm great that the people are coming out, different nationalities, different countries. It's bringing the world together.
After seeing everything Jaafar had put into preparing for the film, one reaction stood out above the rest. Jackie Jackson had spent years watching Michael perform, rehearse, and live his everyday life, giving him a unique perspective on what it would take to portray him authentically. That is why seeing his own nephew step into the role became such a meaningful experience. Few people understood Michael's mannerisms and presence as well as Jackie, making his reaction especially significant.
Through all the little details and pull it off in a way that will make the public and the audiences want to get drawn into it. And with that, I wanted to go into it not leaving any stone unturned. So focusing on everything, all the little details, the little nuances with the performances, the off-camera things, so.
The way Jackie speaks about the experience makes it clear how meaningful the moment was for him. His reaction reflects not only his excitement, but also his appreciation for the dedication Jaafar showed throughout the preparation process. It is evident that he respected the effort, commitment, and hard work that went into bringing Michael's story to life.